episodes now streaming on Paramount Plus and returning CBS Fall.
Spectacular!
Beyond the Gates, new CBS weekdays.
Few rain showers move in overnight, taking us into tomorrow morning, but we do have some warmer air ahead. All those details coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, President Trump slaps new tariffs on Japan and South Korea, among other countries. We'll have the latest. Plus, the Hancock Trails Club is seeking help from the community to fund a couple of their projects. And Pioneer Days is underway in Negaunee. We'll tell you what kind of events are in store for the rest of the week. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Today was a really decent day. Had a lot of sunshine across much of the UP. Temperatures tonight dipping off into the mid to upper 50s, closer to the Lake Superior shoreline, but maybe some 60s out here across the western half of the UP. We are going to see some showers rolling in through the overnight hours tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures getting up into the lower 70s, but if you want the heat, we've got more of it on the way. The details with First Warning Weather Futurecast and the 7-day coming up in just a few minutes.
Dakota, thanks very much. The Trump administration announced 25% tariffs on Japan and South Korea today. The announcement came ahead of a meeting between the president and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the third meeting between the two leaders since the start of President Trump's second term. Erica Brown has the latest tonight from the White House.
President Trump and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met at the White House Monday evening, where the two leaders were expected to discuss a new nuclear agreement with Iran following last month's strikes, as well as a proposed ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, which the president insisted was ongoing.
I don't think there's a holdup.
Do you think that you're going to?
I think things are going along very well.
Ahead of the meeting, the father of one of the remaining Israeli hostages told CBS News they are counting on President Trump to seal the deal.
We are hoping and asking President Donald Trump to make Netanyahu end the war and go to a hostage deal.
An official briefed on the negotiations tells CBS News the current proposal is for a 60-day ceasefire with a phased release of hostages, Israeli troop withdrawals from parts of Gaza, and discussions on a permanent end to the conflict. President Trump is also escalating his trade war with newly announced 25% tariffs on Japan and South Korea beginning August 1st.
We have these beautiful letters.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt displayed letters sent to the two countries and said about a dozen more trade partners will soon receive similar letters. President Trump announced tariffs on dozens of countries back in April, but put a 90-day pause in place for negotiations. With that deadline approaching Wednesday, the White House now says trade partners will have until August 1st to make new deals.
My mailbox was full last night with a lot of new offers, a lot of new proposals, so it's going to be a busy couple of days.
So far, only two countries, Vietnam and the United Kingdom, have finalized new trade agreements.
President Trump later posted on Truth Social copies of tariff letters to 5 other countries, 40% tariffs for Myanmar and Laos, 30% for South Africa, and 25% for Kazakhstan and Malaysia. Michigan lawmakers missed the July 1st deadline to finalize the state education budget for the upcoming school year, leaving districts like Marquette area public schools in a holding pattern. Without clear guidance on per-pupil funding or program support, districts are forced to plan with guesswork. Assistant Superintendent for Finance Jim Lampman says MAPS has taken a conservative approach, building their budget around a modest 2% increase.
Having not received a per-pupil increase last year, we took a conservative approach this year, and we went with a 2% increase to our per-pupil funding. But that's just a guess on our part. We don't know what we're going to receive.
Lampman says the district is in a good financial position for now, but warns that extended uncertainty could create challenges for other schools around the state. A new trailhead project in the Keweenaw is looking for community support to keep receiving state funding. WZMQ's Andrew Hands has more.
The Hancock Trails Club are happy to announce a new renovated trailhead and bike park throughout the Mostohito and Churning Rapids trails. This 25-mile route has surrounded Hancock for decades and has been in need of attention for years.
There's great trails, but the parking lot itself had been kind of just a dead-end road, and with its proximity to the city and also to the Hancock Beach and Campground, we thought it'd be a great spot to put in a new bike park and improve the amenities here.
The new bike park will be fit with runs for all levels of bikers throughout the year.
And the bike park itself is going to feature several skill trails, a pump track, a strider loop for younger kids, and some other skill lines that'll be more focused on intermediate level riders to advance their skills.
The Trails Club and the city plan to provide visiting guests plenty of access to the site, in particular with the Hancock Campground just down the road.
One of the things that we'd like to do in the future is have a trail from this area to the campground, so it's one more amenity for campground visitors to use.
After support from Visit Keweenaw and the City of Hancock to break ground on the project, it was accepted into a grant campaign through the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. With this, the Trails Club must meet a community-funded goal of $50,000 over the next month to receive a matching grant heavily affecting the project.
We're really hopeful that everybody will support the project and kind of share the vision that we have. Ground is going to be breaking in about a month. At the end of July, at the beginning of August, we'll start building trail here.
Reporting in Hancock, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
Negaunee's Pioneer Days kicked off over the weekend with the start of the annual Negaunee High School Alumni Softball Tournament. Our own John Truitt has a look at the events coming up this week, celebrating the heritage of everything Negaunee.
It's said that Pioneer Days in Negaunee is the UP's largest class reunion, with alumni participating in the famous softball tournament. The week features a cribbage tournament as well, music concerts, a parade, and of course, fireworks.
Well, our goal is to get former residents of Negaunee back to the area, so the week-long event is always held with lots of reunions and family in town again, so lots of people come.
Tomorrow night features book signings by local authors at the library, an antique car expo, wine tasting, and a beach party at Teal Lake. Wednesday is Kids Day with a bike parade, a kids fun run, another car show, and a city band concert.
The businesses as well, they all look forward to everybody coming together. Everybody is super great with donations. It's really just, it's a happy week.
Thursday features the Pioneer Princess Pageant. And that night, a much anticipated event is Negaunee's Night on the Town, where Iron Street becomes one big block party with the activation of their social district.
People can stop at your local watering hole, get your favorite drink, and you can walk up the street, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the atmosphere.
On Friday, the Eagles Club will host a cookout with live music, and on Saturday, Pioneer Days wraps up with a parade, music in the park, and the annual fireworks at dusk.
There's something for everyone, so this is the place to be.
In Negaunee, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Summer is for sun and apparently shopping, and this week is a big one. Adobe Analytics market research firm predicts Americans will spend nearly $24 billion this week on online sales during Amazon's extended Prime Days. Multiple retailers are competing for your hard-earned dollars this week, with stores like Target, Kohl's, Walmart, Best Buy, and Nordstrom all offering deals. Estimated discounts range on average between 10 and 24%. It's an especially good time to snap up summer wardrobe staples and pool supplies. Retailers also have the president's tariffs in mind.
That Amazon Prime sale, it's actually going from 2 to 4 days this year, and they're moving it a week earlier. A lot of economists that I'm talking to are saying that is to capitalize on the cautious consumer. We're also seeing retailers extend their sales versus previous years. Remember, though, most of the stuff that you're going to see online or in store, I mean, that's already in the country. It's not going to be subject to further tariffs. But if you are looking for something that's coming from overseas, like toys, clothing, electronics, now is a good time before potentially higher import taxes.
Experts recommend using price check tools and stacking discounts with a cashback app. But remember, a deal isn't a deal if you don't need the item in the first place. Stay on budget and check return policies. Dakota Hunter has your first morning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, we'll have the latest on the search for victims from the flooding in Texas over the weekend. And it's been 6 months since wildfires devastated Southern California. We'll get an update on how recovery efforts are going. We'll be right back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right?
For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
When you fall and can't get help,
Help!
you will lie on the floor for hours or days in constant, terrible anguish, which often results in a tragic outcome. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether at home,
I've fallen and I can't get up.
in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
or on the go.
Help! I'm in the park and I can't get up.
And batteries never need charging. Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-998-6449. That's 1-800-998-6449. Call now, 1-800-998-6449.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
The greatest sportsmen and women. Icons of our time and beyond. Timeless quality, superbly crafted stories showcasing the greatest sports heroes and their incredible winning moments. The Immortals, the greatest athletes of all time.
Now, from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's high, 69 degrees, so it was below average, but, you know, we will take that. Definitely a lot of sunshine to be had out there. 98, 36 are the records, obviously nowhere near those. But if you're waiting for the warmth, it returns. Don't worry. We are going to see some warmer air arriving as we head into the middle part of this week. Doing any fishing tomorrow? Yeah, it's going to be kind of a mix mash here. We are going to have some showers and storms in the morning, but I think as we head towards the afternoon, things will get a little bit better. But our major times, 11:04 tomorrow morning to 1:04 in the afternoon, then at 10:38 at night till about 12:38 on Wednesday morning. Of course, the moon getting close to being a full moon, so you know what to do. Howl at the moon. Okay, don't actually do that. But here's how it looks. First warning weather futurecast showing those showers, even a few thunderstorms moving in by tomorrow morning. That's 8 o'clock, so yeah, have the rain gear for your morning commute tomorrow. Probably going to need it. The umbrellas, the ponchos, all that will be needed. We do see some clearing as we head into the afternoon. Still can't rule out a few little isolated showers from Iron River to Eagle River and even out towards Escanaba as well. Could see a few of those isolated showers moving on through. Wednesday looks mainly dry. We start with clouds, then we break the clouds apart as we head to the afternoon. So we'll see more in the way of sunshine. In terms of rain, there you see our rain outlook going up to about a scattered chance as we work through the day on Tuesday. Then we bring it down back to the low to almost no chance as we head into Wednesday and into our Thursday. So things will be quieter, at least in that regard. But, you know, it's what we often say. Rain is a good thing. We need rain because if it didn't rain, we'd be in a constant drought. So that's the good news. But if you're looking for that warmer air, I told you it's coming, and it is going to be basically Thursday, Friday through this weekend. We're talking about some warmer air. This is the Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and you can see we're kind of on the cusp of this warmer air. This is about a 20% and a 30% chance of warmer than average temperatures. And when you see the 7 day, I think a lot of you might like where the temperatures are headed, especially if you like the summer heat. You might like it. Temperatures tomorrow into the 70s near the Lake Superior shoreline with scattered showers and storms. We'll go about 65 into Iron River, also into Iron Mountain, 71 in Escanaba. It will go about 62 out into Eagle River. Let's break down the next 7. So 72, that's your average temperature for tomorrow. We get one cool day. One more cool day, and that's Wednesday, 68, partly to mostly sunny. But then look at the temperatures going up as we head Friday, Saturday, and the weekend. We do bring in the chance for a few showers and storms over the weekend and into early next week with an increase of humidity, but it won't be a total washout.
Dakota, thank you very much. In Texas, the death toll following the deadly 4th of July flash floods has climbed to more than 100. Rescue workers in Texas continue to search for those who remain missing as new questions are raised about why campers and residents weren't warned sooner about dangerous conditions. Nydia Cabezos has more.
In Kirk County, Texas, efforts to locate those who remain missing in the wake of the deadly weekend floods continue.
This will be a rough week. I've said this 100 times, and I will say it again. We need your prayers.
As of Monday afternoon, Texas officials confirmed over 100 people were killed in the floods. Camp Mystic, an all-girls camp in Kirk County, announced at least 27 of its campers and counselors died. 10 campers and 1 counselor remain unaccounted for. Speaking at a Kerrville press conference Monday, Texas Senator Ted Cruz said he hopes valuable lessons will be learned from the Camp Mystic tragedy.
And so I think we will have a reasonable conversation about are there any ways to have earlier detection? Everyone would agree in hindsight, if we could go back and do it again, we would evacuate particularly those in the most vulnerable areas, the young children in the cabins closest to the water. We would remove them and get them to higher ground.
This time-lapse video shows how quickly a river in Kingsland, Texas, rose in just 3 minutes on Friday. Search and rescue teams say they're finding bodies up in trees, including at least one of the girls from Camp Mystic.
We found 2 young girls up near the Hunt store, and then about 10 o'clock we found another little girl wrapped up in debris in a tree.
More than 800 high water rescues have happened since the flooding began. White House officials re-emphasized Monday that National Weather Service offices were adequately staffed at the time of the floods.
We know the National Weather Service provided early and consistent warnings. They gave out timely flash flood alerts.
President Trump told reporters he will travel to Texas on Friday.
With more than 80 dead and dozens still missing, there are questions about the alert system in Texas following the flash flooding. In Kerr County, the first flash flood warning came at about 1:14 a.m. Notices calling for evacuations came at 4 a.m. when people were asleep, warning that a life-threatening situation was underway. Peak river levels reached 36 feet at 7 a.m. that is. Experts say management vacancies in the San Antonio and San Angelo offices could have impacted coordination, but that enough staff was in place to alert the public.
We had an all-hands-on-deck situation where we had a full complement, full staff of meteorologists working in those shifts. Now, what was going on with those forecasters is that they were working on overdrive. They were doing their maximum effort to keep people safe, to inform people.
Some people in the area say they never received emergency alerts on their phones. Others said the warnings they received didn't mention evacuating, and some said they didn't take the alert seriously because of how frequently flood alerts are sent out in the area. Today marks 6 months since a pair of deadly and destructive wildfires erupted in Southern California. The Eaton and Palisades wildfires combined burned more than 37,000 acres and damaged or destroyed more than 16,000 structures. At least 30 people died. Governor Gavin Newsom at a news conference honored their lives lost and touted recovery efforts.
Recovery, after all, is what defines us. It's not what happens to us, it's how we respond to what happens to us. This has been the fastest fire recovery in terms of debris removal in modern history.
Yesterday, Palisades residents affected by the fire came together for a healing walk as they move forward to rebuild their lives and their community. The Palisades and Eaton fires were among a series of wildfires that decimated Southern California in January. An early estimate from AccuWeather projected at least $250 billion in damage and economic losses. Still to come on your 19 News, inmates in a Florida prison are using their time to train therapy dogs. We'll check out the program when we come back.
At Big Valley Ford in Ewan, we're more than just a dealership. We're your hometown partner in finding the perfect ride. With a huge selection of high-quality vehicles, there's something here for every lifestyle and every budget. Looking for value? We've got one of the largest selections of pre-owned Ford trucks in the UP, all in excellent condition and low miles, along with a huge selection of new Broncos and trucks all ready to roll. Experience the Big Valley difference at Big Valley Ford in Ewan.
Create your ultimate outdoor living space and get an 11% rebate at Menards. We have the largest in-stock selection of concrete landscape blocks and HC2 pressure-treated lumber and decking, ready to take home today. Plus, we make designing and buying your project a breeze with our free, easy-to-use design programs. Hurry in today and get an 11% rebate on all decking and landscaping block now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Does shopping for bladder control products have you feeling like you need someone to be on the lookout for you? Now you have your privacy back. We're HDIS, and we home deliver bladder control products directly to you. We're always on the lookout for you. You get free shipping in plain, unmarked boxes. So your private matters, stay private. We understand how you feel. For over 35 years, we've delivered bladder control products to millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about incontinence any longer. Call now for your free product sample pack and over $45 in money-saving coupons. At HDIS, we're always in stock. We carry all brands in hundreds of styles and sizes. You'll be sure to get what you need, guaranteed.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog and $45 in money-saving coupons and free product samples, call 800-243-6746. That's 800-243-6746.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. The week of July 4th ended with the busiest travel day of a very busy stretch of summer travel. Millions of Americans made it home safely yesterday in spite of some mishaps at the airports and in the sky. Many other travelers are still on their way. The FAA says there are more than 50,000 flights that were scheduled today. Chris Van Cleave has more.
As the Independence Day holiday gives way to Back to Work Day, millions of Americans are again hitting the road and taking to the skies amid challenging summer weather. For Amanda Corchado, it meant staying in Fort Myers, Florida, a little longer than planned.
Our flight did get canceled on Saturday. That was the only hiccup, but we were able to get on Sunday, and they added an additional day.
The TSA expects more than 18.5 million flyers during the holiday rush. Sunday was American Airlines' busiest day of the entire summer.
Just to confirm, this is a bomb threat, correct?
This Allegiant flight to Roanoke, Virginia, returned safely to St. Petersburg, Florida, after an argument allegedly led to a passenger making that bomb threat. And July 4th got off to a rough start for passengers on JetBlue Flight 488.
Yeah, we have no braking, no steering. We're trying to stop the aircraft.
Roger.
JetBlue and the FAA are now investigating after the Airbus A320 bound for Worcester, Massachusetts had a hydraulic issue as it was taxiing in Orlando Friday.
Roll the equipment. We're slowly rolling towards the grass because we have no brakes, no steering.
The airline says there were no injuries, but the plane ended up in the grass. In Detroit, a lightning strike is being blamed for this unusual sight. The fire suppression system inside the Spirit Airlines hangar deployed, flooding the area with foam. And on the roads, AAA forecast a record of nearly 62 million drivers over July 4th who found gas prices at a 4-year low. The Damon family was gassing up on the New Jersey Turnpike.
We've got to get on the road to beat the traffic.
We need to get gas and then hit the road.
The first couple weeks of July are seen as the peak of summer travel for the airlines, so expect the airports to stay busy. Spirit says it had to pull 3 planes out of service for inspections after that foam incident, but no scheduled flights were affected. And JetBlue says safety is its top priority. It is working with the FAA on the investigation into that hydraulics issue.
When a sheriff's department in Florida decided to start a therapy dog training program, they needed a helping hand and found that the solution was closer than they imagined. Christiane Benavidez reports on how inmates are helping sheriff's officers fulfill their mission.
When Nick Barbera retired from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office after 35 years, many of them with the canine unit, he didn't imagine he'd be back on duty a year later.
Hey, we could really use you, Nick. And I took a deep breath and I said, all right, let me see how this goes. And they brought me back part-time, and I love it, man. I'm gonna miss you so much.
In 2023, he helped start a therapy dog program at the county jail. Sherrod Wright helps train the dogs.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
And he's currently incarcerated.
Was it something that sort of struck you as, well, I'm behind bars, we're on opposite sides, but we're working together?
You don't know what to think until you get out here. And this the way they was treating me, like a person. No, not like a criminal.
Wright was sentenced to 5 years in connection to a fraud case. Behind bars, he's had no disciplinary record and has stayed out of trouble. Wright and others who are incarcerated learn to handle the dogs, feed and bathe them, while also assisting in their training, working alongside sheriff's officers.
Make sure you got the food.
Teaching commands, preparing the dogs for field work, all the way to certification and graduation, skills they can use once they're released. It's a new lease on life for the dogs as well. Buster was taken in by Big Dog Ranch Rescue. It's the largest no-kill shelter in the country and provides most of the dogs for this program. The animals give emotional support to first responders and crime victims, including to the Sheriff's Department, after 3 of its own died in the line of duty last November.
Buster, huh?
Yes, sir.
Wright attends the dogs' graduation ceremonies, an emotional moment as they are sent off to other agencies.
My time here, I don't want it to be wasted. I wanted to make myself better, mentally stronger, and then this was an opportunity for me to get a skill with being a dog trainer.
A second chance for the dogs and their trainer.
Prolific producer Chuck Lorre's newest series is all about new beginnings, and the Cat in the Hat is going on a new adventure. Bradley Blackburn has tonight's entertainment headlines.
I'm just so confused. You take a vow, and then, after 33 years of complete and utter devotion, you find out he's run off with a younger woman. How do you know she's younger? She has to be, otherwise I'm driving off a bridge.
Big Bang Theory producer Chuck Lorre's new comedy sitcom Leanne follows a feisty Southern woman whose life is turned upside down when her husband suddenly leaves her.
There might be someone better for you out there.
While Leanne copes with a new beginning, she's got her sister to help her through the transition.
I've taken to the bed, and she's taken me with her.
Leanne comes to Netflix at the end of the month. Starting this week, the AMC theater chain is cutting movie ticket prices to half price on Wednesdays. That even includes 50% off the base price for special formats like IMAX. The deal is for all AMC Stubs members, the reward program, which is free to join. Wednesday is typically movie theaters' lowest day, and AMC says it wants to make the theater-going experience more affordable.
Today is going to be the best day ever!
Bill Hader stars as the beloved Dr. Seuss character in the upcoming The Cat in the Hat movie.
Hey, giraffe with a crab, pig in a wig, hi, bug in a mug, yak with a pack. Ron.
The animated feature finds the cat on his toughest assignment to date, cheering up siblings who move to a new town. But will the cat take his good intentions too far and lose his magical hat? The Cat in the Hat pounces into theaters February 27th, 2026.
Now don't go away. We have your final look at weather when we come back.
Important alert. Were you sexually abused by a priest in Illinois or any of these other states? You may now be entitled to significant compensation. The Illinois Attorney General released a report citing the church for protecting hundreds of sexual predator priests involving thousands of victims. Call 800-922-6777 today for a free and confidential consultation. It's 800-922-6777. Time is limited, so don't wait.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
you can find peace.
I never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do.
Treatment works.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
How to raise children.
Get out of here.
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV. Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
DEPR.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Temperatures getting back into the 70s tomorrow. That's a welcome change. We were in the upper 60s today across much of the UP, but you know, some of you like the cooler air. But tomorrow does come with a few showers and storms, mainly in the morning. We'll have a few in the afternoon that'll linger, but temperatures kind of all over the board here. We're going to go into the lower 70s near the Lake Superior shoreline, but maybe mid to upper 70s further to the south, of course, due to that south wind. And of course, I told you this, that warm air is coming. That 6 to 10-day temperature outlook continues to favor the warmer air coming in as we head into the middle and later part of this week. So let's show it to you. So 72 tomorrow, that's our average temperature. Of course, your temperature is going to vary depending on your location. Few scattered showers, maybe a rumble mainly in the morning. 68 Wednesday, that's the last cool day because look at the temperatures going up into the 80s. We do bring in the chance for a few scattered showers and rumbles nearly each day, but neither one of these days towards the weekend will be a washout.
Dakota, thanks again. And finally tonight, grab your dancing shoes because Lake Superior Theater's Mamma Mia opens tomorrow night. The show will start at 7:30 p.m. This musical is based on ABBA music following the coming-of-age story of Sophie and the love story of Donna, her mother. This musical is filled with singing, dancing, laughing, and of course fun. The cast has worked hard tying up all loose ends before opening night.
The finishing touches, it's going to be a long run. It's, 3 weeks, but, we're already sold out because everyone loves Mamma Mia. Everyone loves Mamma Mia, so it's going to be great. The cast is amazing. The Boathouse is an awesome venue. When it's intermission, you get to look at this view, so why would you not come and enjoy Mamma Mia?
The production is running for 3 weeks at the Lake Superior Theater Boathouse. Tickets are sold out, but more information on how to get rush seating, go visit our website. And that's all we have for right now, everyone. We'll see you again tomorrow at 6/5 Central.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture and Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry, free delivery, and 0% financing.